Hi, I'm Paul Perdue, and I am the infrastructure nerd.
And I'm Mary Jo Boyd, a legal technologist.
You know, in Practice Master, we have these columns that you can put into Outlook so that you can see with a little J that appears next to each email which emails have been journaled to Practice Master and which ones haven't.
Do you know what would be really, really nice is if Worldox would do the same thing?
Well, I've thought that for years, and I just found out how to make that happen.
Can you show us how that works?
Sure. Okay, so here we are in Outlook, and those of you who've seen Practice Master and how it does it may be familiar with these columns, and this J column is inserted into Outlook for Practice Master to be able to track what emails have been journaled. And a lot of our clients that have Worldox come from having journaled emails in Practice Master into a world where they're profiling emails into Worldox, and they're missing that. I miss it. Or I did miss it until I discovered this little trick. So what you do, it starts in Worldox Administrator, WD Admin, and if you don't know how to get in here, then you don't belong in there. But your administrator, if that's the case, would need to come in here, go to Edit, Preferences, Email, and you want to turn on Prompt, add flag text after copy and add flag text after move. You want those both to be set to yes. Now, if you're only copying or you're only moving, you only need to turn that one on, but there's no harm in turning both of them on. So go ahead and turn both of them on. Then what happens is there's a special column in Outlook, and we're going to go into View Settings. I right-clicked, in case you weren't following, I right-clicked here and chose View Settings. You can also get here by going to View and going to View Settings from the View ribbon. And if you're in an older version of Outlook, it might be different, but you want to get into View Settings, and most all versions will let you get there by right-clicking on the header and saying View Settings. And you want to add that column. It's called Follow-Up Flag, and I like it right after Received. So I moved it up too far. There we go, right after Received. And after you've added it here, you might want to change how things are formatted so that instead of saying follow-up flag, you might want to put WD, and instead of that many characters, you might want to just allow for 3. I'm going to make it 4 actually, and I like to center them. These just make sure that your columns are nice and neat and centered and don't take up too much room and say the right thing. And you don't have to do any of that part to make it work. There it is. I didn't see it. WD, and here's one that was already done, okay? And if you want, you can make this wide enough that you can see the whole thing, but it always starts with either copied or moved to Worldox, and so therefore you don't really get to see it all anyways until you hover over it. Basically, you just want some visual indication, hey, I have copied this to Worldox, or hey, I have moved this to Worldox. And so there you have it, and if you want to go one step further and see what its doc ID is, all you do is hover, and we can see that this is doc ID 100880. So that's it. You go into Worldox Administrator, you get into Preferences, and you change the email section, the add text, flag text after copy and after move to yes. You go into Outlook, you view your settings, and you add that column and put it wherever you want. I put mine after received and before size. You can put it wherever you want. I had it over here when I was playing with it before. And if you want, you make it take as little space as possible. You make it something that's very concise heading, WD, and that's it. That's all there is to it. Once you've added that column, anything that you have copied to Worldox or moved to Worldox will show up. Now, of course, if you move to Worldox, it's not in Outlook anymore, but it is in your deleted items. So if when something gets moved to Worldox, it is then deleted. And so it still shows up in your deleted items. So if you're moving to Worldox and you want to be able to look at your deleted items and see which items you moved to Worldox, that's where you would put that flag. And you do need to put this flag column, if you will, in whatever boxes you want. So if you want it in sent, if you want it in inbox, if you want it in deleted, you have to add it to all three of those boxes, if you will, those folders within your inbox. And that's it. So there you have it. A column indicator in Outlook to show you which emails have been profiled to Worldox.
And that's just one more way that we can help you worry less
And practice more.